Enough of that drivel. Mewling and puking in my nurse's arms. I'm 76 years old and I'm yet a child to be. You ever think about the value of art? I know a whole bunch of artists. I'm kind of an artist myself. I paint a little bit, dabble and create and do a little sculpture, but nothing of any significance. And I'm sure, well, anyway, I'll tell you a little story about art. An artist asked the gallery owner if there had been any interest, any inquiries into his painting on display at the time. And the gallery owner replied, "I have good news and bad news. The good news is that a gentleman inquired about your work and was wondering if it would appreciate in value after your death. And when I told him it would, he bought 15 paintings." "That's wonderful," exclaimed the artist. "What's the bad news?" "The guy was your doctor." Yeah, like I was saying, I ain't got a clue. What is fact and what is true? Now a scientist of tomorrow might tell you that something is a fact, and 100 years from now it may be denounced. I think back to the Pope and Galileo and stuff like that. And then I turn around and stick my thumb out on the road, and it's 2 hours later and 100 cars or so have passed by and nobody's picked me up. If I had a time machine, I'd turn it back, because in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and 70s, every 5th or 6th or 10th car or 20th would pull over and give you a ride. Now nobody trusts anybody, and it's just the way the people in power want it. They want your mouth covered with a diaper. They want you to do exactly what they're telling you to do. They don't want any dissent. And they want to play one political ideal against another political idea. They want us all fighting. They make divisions in the races. They make divisions in the religions. They make divisions in science. They make divisions in art. They make divisions in math. They make divisions in humanity. They call everything good and bad and evil. Standing in the rain with my thumb out. And it's the hour of the dog, and it's beginning to, well, twilight dawning. And I was sure feeling lucky because a friend of mine wired $150 to go my bail. And I can hear those wheels a-clanking. If I could only get to the train. I want to get to the choo-choo. I want to get to the round table and find a new direction. You guys know what a round table is, right? Or a roundhouse. That's where chains and trains change direction. Then I think back to being a kid. I think back to the fall and listen to the World Series on the radio and Yogi Berra and Mickey Mantle. Oh, hoping somebody would score a home run. And then you'd hear about the violence in the Big Apple, and it'd be knives and chains, and now it's all about bang, bang, shoot 'em up, and gangs. Now, if I didn't have a family and I had lost my religion, and if I wasn't sure who my mama was, and maybe I'm just living with my grandmother part-time and most of the time on the street and not enough to eat, that gang might look pretty attractive. And maybe they might ask me to do something in that gang, and I might be very young and short in the tooth, and I might do something really stupid. Am I responsible? Oh, the law might say so. But what law would that be? Would that be maritime law? Would that be civil law? Would that be marine law? Would that be the law of the land? Would that be the Constitution? Would it be contained somewhere within the Bill of Rights? I don't know. Yeah, inevitable rights. That's what we all have if we have enough sense to make sure that they're What's the proper word? I'm searching for the word. If they're my rights, I ain't gonna let nobody take them away. I ain't gonna let nobody tell me what to do with it. It's my body, my choice, so nobody's gonna tell me that I gotta stick a needle in my arm. It's my body, I choice. Nobody's gonna tell me that I gotta put a piece of cloth over my mouth so nobody can see my expressions or hear my voice. Oh, and then what? The man might come and lock me away? Oh, yeah. And where would I be? At the end of a rope, hanging from an oak tree, strange fruit, I'm sure. Reminds me of the time that I was playing on my radio in my van in front of a church, waiting for a friend. It was the Marley, love is the only law to obey. And out came a deacon, and out came an usher, and the deacon beat me to the ground. And they ripped the wires out of the dashboard to stop the stereo from playing. Love is the only law to obey. I'm sure they weren't unicorns. Well, I gotta go now. I gotta hop a tray for 8, but I'm just a leather tramp. And I want to get on those iron wheels, but nobody will stop me. I still got my thumb out. I guess I'm gonna have to run. Run, run, catch that freight. Catch that freight. I gotta escape. Maybe I'll go to Florida where they don't enforce those funny laws. Or maybe I'll go to a red state. Or maybe I'll go to a blue state. Or maybe I'll go to a state of non-hate. Or maybe I'll just get a raft and float in the ocean. Or maybe my goose is cooked. Or maybe I am the pot of gold at the end of a rainbow. That's all I gotta say. Let's get on with the shoe, dude.